Welcome to Off Toke Outdoors. Thank you for joining me today. Today we are heading down to my camp. It was really hot out all day today. It was like 87 degrees out. My son had a football game today at 2 o'clock, so I waited till this evening. I'm driving down to camp because I got to finish tilling some fields so we can get some seed in the ground before hunting season here. So some of our food plots are planted already, but we're waiting for some seed that we ordered to come in. So we're going to go down now when it's not so hot. My dad's down there now, so I'm going to meet him, and I'm going to do some planting of some rye this evening. And then I'm going to till up a little bit more areas to plant some turnips and some radish. I know that the turnips and radishes should be in already. We're running a little behind here, but we still want to get seed in the ground. So we're going to be doing that, so stay tuned. We're here. We're in our field here. This is our main food source, this field right here. We had a club member last week. He rotor-tilled and cut out these food plots here. We planted some sweets mix, some clover, and some rye, winter rye in here. And it is coming up really well right now. So we are just doing a little maintenance on the tractor, and then I'm going to finish rotor-tilling that end over there. And we're leaving these grass rows in between them so the deer have a travel route from this wood line over to this wood line. And then we have a plan, like a 5-year plan that we're doing to throw some trees in here, throw some switchgrass and things like that in here to actually keep the deer traveling in a certain area. So stay tuned. Okay, now right here is where a member took a turkey last year, and they I brush hogged this for him last year, but this year they tilled it up and they planted some clover and some things for the turkeys and stuff. So it looks like it's starting to come in a little bit, not as good as the other places, but it is coming in. So we'll see how this takes. There's a few rocks in here too that I have to get out, and I'll do that this weekend. So all right. Set up the rotor-tiller on the Kubota. My dad just set it up. Taking it up. We're gonna start rotor-tilling. We got a couple more areas that we got to do, and then we're gonna plant some rye now. Right, hit it. You're good. Day 2. It's Sunday morning here down at camp. I'm going up to lime the areas that I plowed last night. I plowed till about 10:30 at night. I had all the tractor lights on last night. I was down here by myself finishing up the field. So stay with us. I think I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go and either start another area, or I may go up into my dad's area and overseed some clover with some oats and maybe retill in front of his tree stand. So stay tuned. Okay, this is our field here. We're trying to keep the deer from the left side. We want them to move through this field in these rows. As you can see, it's about a 2-acre field, and we have rows in it. And then in the middle, we have we're letting it get real tall so they can move from that wood line over there, like I said the other night, to that wood line over there. It looks really good. We got this already coming up. They planted that last week with rye and I think some sweets mix. There's another section right here. It's coming in pretty nice. Section that's already planted. And then what I did today and last night is I actually rototilled last night. I rototilled these plots here last night, and then today I came in, I limed them, and then I went over them again to mix all the lime in. They look pretty good. I'm happy with the results so far. Now we just got to get seed in the ground. We're waiting for turnips and radishes to come in, and I think 3 of these rows that are here, I am going to plant the turnips and radish, and then over on this end, this last one right here, I think I'm going to plant some oats. We have some oats left, so I'm going to put oats in this little row here, and it'll accommodate this little row of grass here, because if we come out to the field from the house, we can come out to this field and make our way into that wood line or the opposite wood line to get into some tree stands. Stay tuned. Okay, this is the final result of me tilling the field. It was limed last week, so I came in here, I tilled it. What I like to do is I like to put it on low gear and take the rototiller through where I want to get everything chopped up, and then I'll move it to medium and I'll go over it again, and then I will hit it in high, and that sort of breaks up all the bigger clumps and makes it look really nice. So that is the final result. Now what I'll do is I'll go on the edge here, and I will just plant about a 5 or 10 foot row of rye around where I tilled, around this whole plot. And then inside of the plot is I'm going to put radish and purple top turnips. So that's that. Now if you look right here, if you can see, we planted these trees 5 or 6 years ago, and they have some crab apples on it. Over here, if you could see the transition line here from where I just tilled, and over here my dad planted some more pear trees and apple trees in there. This was just overseeded last week. They tilled it once and threw some clover in here. I'm actually I got a bag of oats down at the garage. I'm going to come up here, and when I plant that rye around the edge of this food plot over here, I am going to overseed the oats over here, because the oats will die off, winter die off, and we have some extra oats down there, so I'm just going to throw them in this little area here. Now you come over here through this, there's apple trees right there, and then we have a pear tree. I grew this from a stick. years ago, and my dad planted it here, and they're full of pears. Now I don't know, they're small, they're about the size of olive, maybe bigger than olive, but I'm hoping they get a little bigger, and I'm sure they'll get sweeter, and the deer will be eating those. But usually this branch right here is usually a licking branch, so we'll see what happens. But as you can see, there is my dad's stand right there, and it's in the corner of this field. So this is a really nice food plot here, back in the woods here. All right, stay tuned. Okay, got everything done. Got the food plots tilled. I got the oats planted down in the one row. I planted some oats up here on the right side of my dad's stand in with the clover, because the oats will die off when the first freeze. It'll die off. And then I went around my dad's food plot with some rye, about a row of rye. And then next week we'll be down to plant the radish and the turnips. We have daikon radish coming and purple top turnips. The reason why I'm breathing so heavy is I went down over the hill here to check my stand. Everything's good. I got to cut out some stuff, but that's another video. So that's it for this weekend. Thank you for joining me. What I do want to mention is I got a lot of ideas and some tricks of the trade sort of by Josh. He has a company called Whitetail Driven Solutions. I'm going to put his link in the description of this video. Please call him, ask him questions. He's a great guy. He came out to our property on a way to like Kentucky or Indiana or something like that a few months ago. I wasn't able to meet him here, but my father and a couple other guys met him here. Really nice guy. He walked the property a little bit. He actually gave us all kinds of information. He answers questions. Go to his YouTube channel, Whitetail Driven Solutions. His name is Josh. Tell him that Ted from Off the Hook sent you, and ask him just about anything you want. Really watch his videos. You learn a lot from his videos. So thanks, Josh, and we'll see ya.